Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and whew, man, I'm back at it once again with, of course, another thoughts video, except this time, it's actually another movie released in theaters. So yeah, I guess it's actually not very common right about now because of this, this ongoing pandemic right about now that I would normally see movies in theaters as normal, but of course, for this case, I am back to it once again, and yeah, I couldn't help but actually feel quite happy for her that. Now, beforehand, before I could get right on to today's thoughts video right but now, let me say this right now. Thank you all so much for, of course, tuning in to my latest video that I posted, which is, of course, on my review on Thomas and the Magic Railroad on Blu-ray. I've worked really hard to, of course, get that video out right about now, and I really love the reactions from all of you guys right about now. Sure, I guess I will admit I might have missed some details on it, but hey, whatever the case, I am actually really proud of that video overall. So yeah, thank you all so much for the great reactions, or of course the incredible numbers my latest video has got. So yeah, I'll take a drink to that. Alright. So yeah, now that I got the hang out of the way, I think I might as well jump right on to, of course, today's thoughts video right about now. And I think that this is, of course, one that I was actually most excited to actually see right about now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. If you have seen my top 10 list on some of the movies I'm excited to see for, of course, this year, I think I might have actually mentioned a good majority of the ones I would see, but I know that there's plenty more that are going to be coming out later this year, but I'm really excited to see on how that'll turn out, but I guess for this case, this is actually one I'm actually really excited to see. I mean, not majorly, as I do know it has a lot of potential, but I'm still pretty excited for it overall. So yeah, I guess for today's thoughts video right but now, I guess if you couldn't tell right but now, or actually read the title of course, this one, today I'm going to be talking about the Tom and Jerry movie. No, not that Tom and Jerry movie. Though, thank God it won't be the hang-up, but still, that's not exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Wrong. Negatory. Okay, I'll give you a fair pass on that one, but you're not the one I'm actually referring to. Get that horrible abomination out of here! Okay, now you're just teasing me by this point, so no, it's not any of these Tom and Jerry movies, or the ones I actually didn't include on this video because I was crunched for time on this one. No, I mean this recent Tom and Jerry movie, the recent one that came out this year. There you go, that's the one I'm talking about right about now. So yeah, if you couldn't tell right about now, I'm of course going to be talking about the latest Tom and Jerry movie. This Tom and Jerry movie, not any of the other ones right but now, this Tom and Jerry movie. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much the subject of course, my thoughts for, of course, this video right about now, or in this case, this thoughts video right about now. So yeah, whatever the case, that's the movie I'm going to be talking about now. Now, before I can get this out right about now, let me say this right now. I absolutely love Tom and Jerry a whole lot. I think it's actually one of those cartoons that I actually do watch as a kid, though granted it's just only some reruns that I watch on Cartoon Network, but I still love it nevertheless. I think it's actually right up there alongside other iconic cartoon shows that I actually watch, and even cartoons in general, such as Mickey Mouse and even the Looney Tunes for sure. So yeah, I think I just really love it for, of course, the incredible animation, some really great ideas, and of course, not to mention some really great humor, mainly, of course, some really funny slapstick for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I felt about Tom and Jerry in a nutshell, as just a regular old cartoon show in general. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, my history on, of course, Tom and Jerry. I love these this iconic cat and mouse duo a whole lot, and yeah, I guess if you could recall, back in November of 2020, I actually did do a thoughts video with Calorically or 9 when we talked about the trailer for, of course, this movie, and yeah, he and I actually really like the trailer a whole lot, and we can actually see that there's clearly a lot of potential on this one. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you haven't checked that video out, do so. It's actually a pretty good one that's actually worth checking out, and plus, I think it's actually great to, of course, finally collab with Calorically or 9 for sure, after years and years of course, waiting for that to happen, and now we finally did, and I do hope to, of course, do another collab with him, or, of course, future collabs with him in the near future. So yeah, thank you so much, Calorically or 9, once again, for collabing with me on that video for sure. So yeah, putting all that aside, right about now, pretty much speaking about what I said about the trailer, well, I guess if anything, right about now, the movie is officially out right about now. Not only in theaters as we speak, but also available for streaming on HBO Max right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think Warner Brothers seem to be having this quite a bit of an interesting field day, releasing their movies both in theaters and on HBO Max for sure. I guess they just wanted to, of course, bump up their sales right about now because of this ongoing pandemic for sure. I mean, hey, I would do the same thing. But hey, I can't blame them for that. So yeah, now that the movie is officially out right about now, and I just literally got back from of course, going down to Crown City Cinemas in my area to, of course, see this movie. I guess if anything, pretty much as a longtime fan of Tom and Jerry, what do I think of this movie overall? Do I think it's exactly what I was hoping for? Do I think it's actually great? Well, I guess to, of course, answer that question, I think I can answer that with, of course, a simple, oh dear, I don't think it's exactly what I was hoping for right about now. So, oh boy. Oh boy. What do I need to say about this one? Really? Really, what do I have to say about this one? But yeah, I guess as a longtime fan of Tom and Jerry, I was actually super stoked for, of course, this movie, and now that I actually saw it, I was like, well, that wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. So yeah, to actually putting in short, sweet, and to the point, it is bad. I mean, not the worst I've actually seen, but it's pretty bad. Take that for what it's worth. Oh boy. I am so sorry that you're incredibly disappointed by, of course, what I just said. Trust me, I am too. I need a drink. Okay. Let's calm down. Let's take a deep breath for a second. Okay. I think we're good. Actually, no, I'm not. I need another drink. Okay. Alright. I think we're alright. For now, so... Okay. Now to, of course, best describe on why I think it's bad. I mean, I'll give it credit, it's not one of the worst I've seen. I've seen plenty of other movies that are far worse than this, but yeah, this one's pretty bad. I seem to be jumping to a conclusion, so right about now, I really gotta stop doing that. So, but yeah, probably to best describe on why I think this movie is bad, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about, well, everything that I need to talk about right about now. So So, yeah, first of all, the story for, of course, this movie right about now, to, of course, best describe it, when you actually watch Tom and Jerry, for sure, you don't actually come into, of course, for, of course, a really clever story. You actually came to see Tom and Jerry, well, beating the crap out of each other. That's what you came to see, and yeah, I guess I will give it credit, for while I think the story does do a fine job, and, of course, delivering exactly that. The rest of it, however, is kind of a bit of a mess right about now. I mean, it's really muddled down a whole lot, for sure, so... Yeah, I think pretty much for, of course, what it is, I think it's pretty much if you know the story for, of course, this movie, let alone if you saw the trailer for, of course, this one, it's pretty much centered around Tom and Jerry being Tom and Jerry as usual, but also I think revolves around, of course, on a... pretty much, of course, a wedding that's being held over at a hotel, and of course, hijinks will ensue, so, yeah, it's pretty much that storyline for, of course, this movie for sure, and, yeah, I guess for what it is, I think it's actually pretty muddled down and not really that interesting for sure. I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I think it's pretty much what you normally would see. Like, of course, the people who actually made this asked you, hey, you like the 2011 Smurfs movie? Well, we're gonna make it exactly like that, So, yeah, it's pretty much that in a nutshell, and I guess I will say, I think, for while I do think parts of the story, again, when I actually saw the trailer, I do think it can actually work. I think it actually can be something very creative and can be something unique with, of course, all of it, and again, having incorporated with Tom and Jerry being, well, Tom and Jerry, but instead what I get is, of course, a very sloppy and messy, and even confusing story for sure, and I think with, of course, everything that I'm actually seeing right but now during the film's story, it's almost like I almost watch a completely different movie right about now, and of course alongside all that, Tom and Jerry barely get any screen time for sure. Like again, for a movie called Tom and Jerry, I came in to see Tom and Jerry right about now, and pretty much all I get is little bits of that, but not a whole lot for sure. So yeah, the story for, of course, this movie, it is a mess right about now, and very muddled down for sure, and of course, not to mention the writing, I have to say, is quite sloppy to say the least. I think with, of course, each and every bit that is, of course, written out right about now, I don't think it's actually that pretty good, and I think it does kind of. Yeah, I think it's almost like some person would have actually stepped in and actually looked at the script for, of course, this movie and be like, do we need to give it another draft right about now? And yeah, and again, to be fair, I think some parts of the writing in this movie, like, of course, some pretty good dialogue for sure, and even some scenes, I have to say, technically, they're not all bad, to say the least, and I do think they are quite done well, but the rest of it, I have to say, it is quite a mess, and again, pretty much when I mentioned the 2011 Smurfs movie, I think for the case of this movie, it's almost like the writer of this movie is, of course, trying to pinpoint every single cliche note, and of course, every other Hollywood movie, to say the least, that has done far worse than, of course, this one, and wanted to implement them all in here. While, of course, I do have a bit of a theory that they might have taken an early draft of course, the 2011 Smurfs movie, and, of course, switch it up a bit to make it its own. I mean, granted, not all of it is terrible for sure, but yeah, alongside the story for, of course, this movie, the writing, I have to say, it is a bit of a mess right about now. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that one. Alright. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the story and the writing for, of course, this movie. Pretty much the next thing I have to say is, of course, pretty much all the actors that, of course, play all the characters in this movie. And don't worry, I'll get to the characters in a bit right about now. Now, I will have to admit, I think for, of course, the characters were, of course, mainly the actors were, of course, this movie. I will have to admit, I think I will give it credit that they actually did bring in some pretty damn good actors for sure. Like, of course, the three that I mentioned in my trailer review with Color Clear Nights, of course, Chloe Grace Moretz, Michael Pena, and of course, Ken Jeong. I think I know those three in general, and of course, the rest of the actors, I have to say, they actually do have a good bit of they have a really good background when it comes to comedy. They actually are perfect fits for, of course, this movie right about now. And I do give them credit for, of course, pulling off some performances that are passable, to say the least. And, of course, trying their best to, of course, make this one work in general. So yeah, that I can give a credit for, of course, for exactly that right about now. So... But yeah, I think for what it is, I do think it could have been done much better for what it's doing, but I do give the actors credit for at least for what they're trying to do. They at least tried. I'll give them that much. But I guess in terms of the characters, I have to say, that's kind of hard to, of course, figure out right about now. Like, of course, yeah, for while I do like the actors giving somehow pretty subpar performances, and I do give them credit for at least trying for sure. The characters, I have to say that they're all playing, yeah, they're just not that interesting, and I don't think you really care for them a whole lot in general. And of course, oh yeah, I think it's pretty much what I mentioned, the 2011 Smurfs movie, when of course they try to take points on that. I think it almost kind of made me wonder. I think it does kind of make me wonder. I think with the not so interesting human characters that we're seeing right about now, it's almost like we're almost watching some deleted scenes from the Michael Bay Transformers movie right about now. So, but hey, I'm just saying that for what it is right about now. But yeah, I guess for while I do like the actors for what they're trying to do, the characters they're playing, yeah, they're just not that interesting in my opinion, and I think they just kind of feel one-dimensional, to say the least, and I think they are not given that much development, in my opinion. So yeah, I think with, of course, what they are, the characters, I have to say, they're not really that engaging or interesting, in my opinion. So yeah, that I can say on that. And, of course, that water bottle's done. But not to worry, I got myself a backup, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for all the actors and, of course, the characters in, of course, this movie right about now. The rest, I have to say, that's kind of hard to, of course, explain in words. For what I have to say, I think I know this movie is, of course, directed by, of course, Tim Story for sure, who has done some good ones, to say the least. But hey, I'm not quite familiar with, of course, his director, with his movies that he directed, but I do know he has directed some good ones. But then, of course, you have some ones like, of course, two examples I could give is, of course, the two Fantastic Four movies right about now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can think of when it comes to Tim Story. But I guess for the case of this movie, yeah, I hardly ever believed on his directing style for, of course, this one. It just kind of feels a bit flat and uninteresting for sure. And yeah, and pretty much not everything that I've seen has been given a whole lot of direction for sure. And it's just left not really that engaging for sure. So, but I think I will say right about now, the other things that I can say, like of course, the cinematography in this movie, I will have to say it is shot well, and it actually does provide some pretty good scenes being shot right about now, and of course some really good camera motion, to say the least. But of course it is completely botched up in general by of course some pretty wonky and pretty bad editing right about now. So. But yeah, it is quite a shame too, because yeah, for what I think, yeah, it is quite a shame that of course the good cinematography in this movie had to be overshadowed by the crappy editing in general. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on those. But I think the most important thing that I can say for, of course, this movie, for a movie called Tom and Jerry in general, I think it actually lacks any value or knows on what makes Tom and Jerry such iconic cartoon duos in general. I mean, yeah, and again, I think for a movie called Tom and Jerry, I came to see Tom and Jerry for sure. So yeah, I guess for what it is, and take it for all the stuff that I said, I think you pretty much get a pretty bad movie overall. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Alright. Oh boy. Glad I got that out of my chest, so... But I guess the only question remains, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking, is there anything that I can say about this movie that I do think is good? Well, truth be told, man, I couldn't even think properly, but yeah, I'll go ahead and jump right onto the chase right about now. I guess to answer that question, actually, yeah, there are some good things about this movie that I really like. Like, of course, most of the effects and the animation, to say the least. I will have to say, it is actually pretty good in general, for sure. And I think pretty much keeping, of course, to a nice cartoony style for sure, while, of course, blending into the live-action environment. Pretty much similar to what's been done with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but granted, there's no portal or something that'll take the cartoon characters, the cartoon characters from the cartoon world to the live-action world. No, they actually kept the whole thing live-action while, of course, keeping everything animated, to say the least. So that I can give credit for sure. And I guess for the designs were, of course, Tom and Jerry in general, they are done pretty well, and they did stay true to, of course, the original designs from the cartoons in general. That I can give them credit for exactly that. I mean, granted, some parts of it could have been rendered out a whole lot more, like, of course, maybe putting some texture, or, of course, some proper lighting, but of course, it is actually done well, for sure, and yeah, they actually did do a fine job with all that. But I mean, granted, the one issue with that, aside from that being good, is that I guess for the rest of the cartoon animals, to say the least, yeah, I think they might have gone overboard with all of them. I mean, granted, I think I know you can do it with, of course, Tom and Jerry and a select number of characters, but you don't have to make all the other animal characters anime as well. No, not at all. So yeah, I think I do like the animation and, of course, the effects in this movie for sure. But yeah, at the same time, I do think they might have gone overboard on that one, and I do think that could have been fixed up a whole lot. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. And of course, what else? Oh yeah, I think I will say for, of course, Tom and Jerry for this being Tom and Jerry, you would expect that, of course, they would bring in some pretty good slapstick, and yeah, I will give it credit for one thing. Yeah, I think I will give this movie credit for one thing. Some of the slapstick is, of course, done well. Yeah, and probably every once in a while I do have a good laugh for sure. And yeah, there were a couple parts in this movie where I did, in fact, snicker a whole hog for sure. So yeah, that I can give it credit for sure. So yeah, pretty much a few select moments in this movie, they actually did make me snicker and actually did make me laugh. But again, I think the one issue with that is that whenever that would happen, it would follow up with, of course, the next one that would, of course, would make you cringe. And yeah, when I actually witnessed that, I think my mind is all like, damn it, movie, you ruined it! You ruined the joke, movie! So So, yeah, but take it for what it's worth. I do think, I think there are a few select moments where I did find myself snickering and having a good laugh for sure. That I can give them credit on that one. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I can say for those two. And of course, the one other thing I can give this movie credit, it did try its best to, of course, stay faithful to the original cartoons. Like, of course, you actually do want to see Tom and Jerry fight each other a whole lot, and of course, probably get along at certain points in the movie. And yeah, this movie actually did do a fine job in doing exactly that while staying true to the cartoon in general. That I can't give it credit for sure. Oh wait, shit, I'm being positive again, let's bring back the negative, so yeah. I guess you might have seen this one coming, but yeah, for while I do like the fact that it did try its best to stay true to the original cartoon, I guess the only issue with that is that for what it is, I think I do still feel that the people who made this movie never actually saw the cartoon that it's actually based on. Almost like they have no idea with what they're doing, or of course try its best to actually make it stand out on its own. And don't get me wrong, the cartoon is still great, and I still love every minute of it. But I guess for what it is, for while I will give the movie credit for at least trying to stay true to the cartoon, I think some parts of it could have actually been focused a whole lot more, or of course giving a whole lot more breathing room to actually stay on that route rather than going in a completely different path that goes absolutely nowhere. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Alright. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this one. So yeah, what do I need to say about this movie? No, really, what do I need to say about this one? I mean, were you expecting that I would find it terrible or god-awful in general? Well, maybe, but I do have some things to say. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still hate it. Yeah, pretty much still do. I do hate this movie in general, but truth be told, I think it's run-of-the-mill bad. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. I mean, granted, just to be fair, I have seen other movies, yeah, and of course not to mention some other aspects that do involve Tom and Jerry that are much, 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 much worse that I've actually seen. So yeah. So yeah, that I can say, alongside all the other stuff relating to Tom and Jerry, I've seen plenty of other movies that are much, 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 much worse in pretty much all my years reviewing movies in general, or of course watching movies in a nutshell. But I guess for the case of this movie in general, this film does have a sense of creativity. It does have some pretty unique ideas, and for while a good majority of them never worked in general, I will give it credit that it does try its best to stay true to the original cartoon that it's actually based on. So yeah, that I can say for, of course, this one right about now. It is bad, yes, but it did at least try. So yeah, and of course it is such a shame too, because I knew when I actually saw the trailer, I do have high hopes for, of course, this one. I do think there's potential on this one, but all I get right about now is, of course, a pretty unfocusing yet pretty messy movie in general, which is kind of saying a whole lot for plenty of other live-action movies adapted from cartoons in general, and trust me when I say I know that there's going to be plenty more in the near future, but I don't think it's actually going to be on par for, of course, what it has to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. I mean, it sucks, yes, but I don't think it's worthy enough to be called one of the worst movies I've actually seen in my entire life. Take that for what it's worth. So yeah, I guess for, of course, a movie, I guess for a movie on its own, it is uniquely bad, but as a long-time fan of Tom and Jerry right about now, I think it is one movie that you can definitely skip for sure. But if you do want to check it out for yourself, then I won't stop you from doing exactly that. You can you can, of course, either see it on the big screen like I just did, or if you have HBO Max, you can actually watch it from there. So yeah, take it for what it's worth and actually check this movie out for yourself. Nobody's holding a gun on your head, but yeah, to me, as a longtime fan of Tom and Jerry, I think it is one that of course will let me to almost come close to, of course, scream out of my lungs, like, of course, Tom himself. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. So for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give this movie a 4 out of 10. Like I said, it's not one of the worst I've actually seen, but it's pretty bad in general. But hey, take it for what it's worth, and if you do want to see this movie for yourself, more power to you. And I could go for the same thing if you actually like it, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for sure. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for, of course, my thoughts on the new Tom and Jerry movie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen this movie and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up very, very soon. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me, with, of course, the links down in the description box below. And of course, give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoy a whole lot. And of course, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video right about now. And yeah, the next one won't be out for quite a while, let alone the next one that I'll see in theaters right about now. But hey, I do hope to, of course, return to seeing something good for once, if I ever do go back to another movie in theaters for sure. But we'll have to wait and see. But hey, if there's one good thing I got out of seeing out of my experience for, of course, this movie, I say, I actually got this amazing poster on Deepwater Horizon. So yeah, that's actually a really good movie for sure. So yeah, now if you'll excuse me, I need to figure a good place to, of course, hang this thing on my wall. So good luck with. Yeah, I think I should wish myself luck for that. So yeah, I guess until the next thoughts video, take care. All right, let's see. Where can I find it? Where can I find a good spot for it?